What's up, Guardians? Peace and Grease here, and let's talk about Call to Arms. What can I say about this event that hasn't already been said? Well, there's some good things, there's some bad things, and there's a huge, massive flaw that nobody seems to be talking about. As usual, I'm probably going to chap some asses, and I am happy to do so, you know me. So let's get started. For those of you that know, bear with me. For those of you that don't, a little bit of an update here. There was I was going to say was, but there is a huge scoring flaw or a power level handicap for this event. Don't ask me how this event launched with it, but Bungie is aware of it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll give you a perfect example. Night before last, my friends and I ran Proving Grounds together, same fire team. My buddy is slightly over my power level. Our other friend is below my power level. We ran Proving Grounds together, and each one of us came out with a completely different score. And you may be asking how that's possible, and it all boils down to power level. So if you have a lower power level, you get a lower score automatically. As I said, Bungie said they're aware of it and they're going to address it, but it's still not fixed. Again, don't ask me how the hell this event can launch with it. Don't ask me how the hell it isn't fixed yet. It would appear that Bungie's going to wait till the next reset to fix it, but then half the event's gone. So, yeah, worst case scenario for sure. That needs to be fixed ASAP. Let's talk about rewards here really quickly. Look, I've said it before, I got to say it here now. I like these mini events. Every reset I log in to see what kind of cool shit Bungie's got, going on. It's fun. It makes it feel like there's always something to do. I enjoy it. And that's the whole point of these mini events, is to encourage player engagement, keep players logging in, keep them playing. That's a great thing. However, you can't just recycle the same weapons over and over and over and over again and expect it to have the same effect, because it doesn't. Players are going to log in, they're going to see the event, they're going to pull up the reward tab, they're going to look at the weapons and go, I have all these. And they're going to log out. And you just lost a huge chunk of players, like right off the rip. Don't get me wrong. I see what Bungie's trying to do here. They're trying to offer these weapons to players that may have missed out on them. I get it, I do. But how many times do you have to offer these weapons before you can satisfactorily say, yeah, if they don't have them yet, they probably don't freaking want them. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to get rid of them completely. I'm just saying you need to start prioritizing throwing a new weapon in there. And it's great to see that the submersion is in here. It is. I know for a lot of people out there, they haven't had one yet. Like many others, I've had multiples of these before this event and even before Festival of the Lost. So it's good to see. And a lot of players are getting their very first one. But it would have been nice to see a new weapon here. I mean, we definitely needed a new weapon. And unfortunately, that just didn't happen. Again, it seems to be kind of the trend with events, is the recycling of the same weapons. However, we have cosmetic rewards in the event. Thank God. This is the way that it should have always been. In fact, this is the way it used to be. It sucks that it took years to get back to this point, but thank God we're back. Earning cosmetic rewards by playing the event, this is the way it should be. Thank God. Now, if I was going to be critical about anything, it would be that these cosmetics just really aren't my cup of tea, right? But that's subjective, right? This emblem is like, meh, whatever. This transmat effect is kind of like, whatever. The shader's okay. The shader's not bad. The helmet, I know some other content creators and streamers are gassing this up. Oh, it's awesome. It's me. I think it's the derpiest, goopiest looking freaking thing I've ever seen in my life. It is the dumbest looking helmet I think I've ever seen. But again, that's subjective. That's my 2 cents. There's probably people out there that love this thing. I don't understand it, but that's why it's subjective, right? Same thing with this emblem. I don't get it. It's kind of like, whatever. But I'm sure there's people out there that love that emblem. But don't get it twisted. It is fucking amazing that we are seeing cosmetic rewards in the event. Yes, this never should have stopped. This is the way that it should have been, but thank God we're back to this again. So more of this, please. Now, with that said, I got to repeat myself once again. Portal variety. We had been running salt mines for the past few months, and you choose the salt mines as a solo event? Really? I mean, you might as well have just chosen Caldera at this point, for frick's sake. I mean, at the very least, why isn't the solo mission rotating every day? Every day, the solo mission should rotate. And I'm not just talking about enemy types. I'm talking about the entire mission. Rotate it every day. Again, the portal's getting better, but for the love of God, we need some freaking variety out here. I'm out here on the salt mines like everyone else, and I'm doing this annoying BS where I'm freaking running bows only. Why? Why? It's not hard. It's freaking annoying. It is absolutely annoying. So yeah, that's a must. Now, for the biggest problem in this event, not just this event, this is a problem I called out 2 years ago in Guardian Games, and here I am calling it out again. It was flawed then, it's flawed now. I hate that I'm always in this situation. I'm calling shit out years in advance, and nobody cares. Nobody calls it out until it gets to a critical level. Say love you, man. Okay, so what is the problem with the scoring system? Okay. If you had logged in and ran the salt mines, for example, on Tuesday, at reset, I should say, the score to get a top percent score, I think you needed like 1.8 mil. Easy. But if somebody's working their ass off during the week and they don't get to log in until the weekend, I think it's up to like 3.2 mil now. Meaning that purely based upon the day that you decided to play the game, that's going to dictate what number you need. Moreover, the people dictating these numbers are the sweaty nutsacks. The people that are sit out there and run salt mines 3,000 times without thinking twice. And they'll never complain. They're perfectly content and happy to do so. We're letting a tiny, small, little percentage of players control the numbers on these rewards. You are effectively removing these rewards from a huge chunk of your players. New players, returning players, players that just aren't into going for a big number, make me feel good. And that's crazy to me. Why are we doing this? And I know I'm going to have some chimp in the comment section that's like, boo, 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 casual players. Yeah. Listen, moron. You need casual players to keep your game alive. Without casual players, your game go boom and die. We're actually seeing that happen right now in real time. The thing is, in a game like Destiny 2, you have players from all different walks of life. You have speedrunners, you have out-of-bounders, you have dungeon solo masters, you have world's first racers, you have PvPers, you have PV, etc., and on and on and on and on. And if you're sitting out there saying, no, the game can only be done this way, you are the problem. So pull your head out of your ass. This isn't that complicated. It's really simple, Bungie. I don't know why you overcomplicate everything, but the sweaty nutsacks have been asking for years for a leaderboard. Give them one. Next to the NPC for the event, you put a leaderboard where their gamer tags go. And they're happy. They're happy as clams. They're content. That's what they've been asking for years. Give them that. Now, you then put up a goal that is independent from what the sweaty nutsacks are doing. Has nothing to do with what they're doing. And that goal is designed to get your casual players or players that maybe they don't play a lot of PvE, for example, to get them out of their comfort zone, to push themselves a little bit more. They're still going to have to work for the rewards. They're still going to have to grind for the rewards, right? But again, it's all independent of whatever the sweaty nutsacks are doing over there. Done. Problem solved. You're not removing the rewards from anybody. You're still getting your players to move with, outside their comfort level. You're still getting players working to get better at certain things. And it's not dependent on anyone else. Again, this was flawed 2 years ago when you used it in Guardian Games, and it's still flawed right now. But if you want players to engage, you damn well better start thinking about it that way. Because right now you're thinking about it just for this event. You're not thinking in the future. And unfortunately for you, people are going to come here and they're going to say, oh, nothing here I want. Got all this. They're going to come here and go, yep, can't get these. So then they're done. For what reason? You wasted your time at that rate. So yeah, this scoring system needs to go bye-bye. It's shit. It's always has been. So there you go. Now, with all that being said, feel free to let me know what you think in the comment section below, or don't, whatever you're feeling. And until next time, peace out.